Hello students, welcome to our maths class. This is Smart Guidelines for 9th standard students. Here I am going to extend our first chapter number system. In that second part.
Hello students, in our first video we understood about rational numbers. What is rational number? It is in the form of P by Q. Okay, so it may be natural number, it may be whole number, it may be integer. Now in this video we are going to learn about irrational number. Irrational number means reverse of rational number, which is not in the form of P by Q. So which we can write in the form of P by Q. So those numbers we can call them as irrational number. For example, root 2. Okay, root 3. So whatever the numbers we are writing under a root, square roots, those numbers we can call them as irrational number. Next concept about real numbers. What is real numbers? Real numbers are nothing but combination of rational number and irrational number. So we can say the whole number system we are saying that they are real numbers. So in your textbook they given every real number is represented by a unique point on the number line. Also every point on number line represents a unique real number. This is why we call the number line the real number line. So see here in our number line, what are we getting? First we will get natural numbers. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 to infinity. And if we include 0, it will be whole number. And on left side, we will get negative numbers. So here we will get the integers. Okay, so the total these are integers. In those integers, we will get rational number also and irrational number also. That's why we say real numbers are combination of rational numbers and irrational numbers. Okay, next concept, how to represent these root numbers on number line. For example, I am here taking root 2. How to represent root 2? So it is nothing but 1 square plus 1 square. We will get again root 2. How to represent that?
Now take 1 centimeter on number line from 0 to 1. So take it as base. Okay, from 1 take one perpendicular line. Okay, so that is also 1 centimeter. So here we made 1 centimeter into 1 centimeter, that is perpendicular here. So taking it as O, taking 1 as P and this point as Q, join OQ. Okay, now applying Pythagoras theorem in triangle OPQ. So opposite to 90 degree, this is our hypotenuse. So what is this hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is nothing but square of sum of two sides. So here square of OP, that is 1 square. So 1 square plus PQ square, that is also 1 square. So 1 square equal to 1 square, again we will get 1 plus 1, that will be our root 2. So that's why here OQ is our root 2. So this is our root 2. So OQ is root 2. Then representing that on number line, take your compass and from O to Q measure that, and from that Q draw one arc which will cut the number line. So wherever that cut number line, that point will be our root 2 value. So let's take it as R. So here R is our root 2 value. Now representing root 5 on a number line. So root 5 here, which is nearest perfect square, that is perfect square number is 4. So 4 square root is 2. So instead of writing root 5, I will write like this: 4 plus 1. Okay, what is 4 plus 1? 4 is nothing but 2 square, and 1 we can write as 1 square. Okay, here 2 square, 1 square, where we will get the square roots of base and height of a right angle triangle. Means here first we have to draw the base of 2 centimeter and 1 centimeter height of a right angle triangle. Let us take the scale and pencil. From 0 to 2, draw 2 centimeter base. Dark that 0 to 2 and 1 centimeter height. So it should be perpendicular, then only we will get here right angle triangle. What is right angle triangle? Which having the angle 90 degree. So 0 to 2 I will take it as P and 0 as our O. O to P 2 centimeter, that is 2 square, and 1 centimeter is height of a right angle triangle. So mark it here 1 centimeter. Okay, so take it as Q. So join Q to O. So whenever you joining this Q to O, this is our root 5. So we got root 5 as our hypotenuse of a right angle, that is OPQ. But we need this root 5 on number line. Simple thing, take the compass, measure OP, measure this OP and make one arc. Okay, until this cut our number line. Here it will cut. So this will be our root 5 value. So give it as point R. So our point R is our root 5. So 2 square means 4, 4 plus 1, that is 5. So at R we got root 5. This is our answer. Now coming to the exercise 1.2. Here first question you have to say true or false along with justify your answer. First already I written, it is true. Every irrational number is real number. Yes, obviously, because real number is combination of irrational as well as rational numbers. That's why every irrational will coming under real numbers. That's why it is first one true. Second one, every point on the number line is of the form of root m, where m is a natural number. So it is false, because you may get some numbers which we can't represent on the number line. That's why we can't say it is in the form of root m. So you can take example between number between root 2 and root 3. We cannot represent these numbers between numbers, not 2 and 3. Between these numbers we will get so many infinite numbers. We can't represent all on number line. That's why it is false. Next, every real number is an irrational number. So it is reverse of first one. So it is false. Why? Because irrational can be real number, but real number cannot be irrational, because in real number we may get rational numbers, so which are not irrational. That's why it is false. Okay. Here your printed justifications. Write these answers in your fair book. Next question, are the square roots of all positive integer irrational? If not, give an example of the square root of a number that is a rational number. Simple thing, see, we can't say all square roots are irrational because root 4. So what is root 4? Root 4 you will get here 2. So which is rational number? That's why all square roots are not irrationals. Here only I will end up this video. Thank you.